Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer, and today we're making this beautiful wrap. It is super easy. I'm absolutely in love with this. The idea for this, or the inspiration for this wrap, came from the Valentine's Day wrap that I made for myself that so many people have asked for. I cannot exactly replicate the Valentine's Day wrap because part of the pattern was a Jada and Stitches pattern that I used, and I alternated my section and then a Jada and Stitches section, and I cannot use it because her patterns are copyrighted and it's morally wrong to steal someone's pattern. So with that being said, this is what we're getting, okay? There's going to be 8 sections of this. So you will have the open work, and then the solid, and then we'll repeat it again, open work and solid, for a total of 8 of these panels, okay? It is so super easy. This yarn is like delicious. What I'm using is Lamia Bamboo. This is from Hobium. I will post a link to this yarn. Give you a little specs on it. I absolutely fell in love with this yarn while working with it. It is so luscious and soft. Okay, this is 125 yards. This took just shy of 3 balls, okay? And I have 3 left over, so I could make another one if I wanted. This is 100% bamboo. It has a really nice shine to it. It is a thin yarn. It says it's a number 3. I'm going to say that's pretty darn accurate. So, I love this yarn so much, you guys. So if you can get this yarn to make this wrap, I say do it because it is so nice. It is definitely a splurge, but, it was worth it to me. So what I'm using today to show you the pattern in repeat so that it shows up better against my light blue background is I'm going to use this. This is Bamboo Pop by Universal, I believe. And it is very similar. It is very similar. It is not as soft and luscious to work with as this. But if you don't want to pay the shipping for the Lamia, hey, you can always get the Bamboo Pop. You can also use any lightweight yarn that you choose. But like I said, I really recommend the Lamia. It is, it's so soft. I can't even talk to you guys about it. It's so nice. Like I fell so in love with that yarn while working with it. Okay, I have a tangle that I'm trying to untangle right here. So that's what's taking me a minute. This has been not stored properly. So move that out of the way. Okay. This is made with an H hook or a 5mm, depending on, what you use. I always say 5mm, and a lot of people like to use the letters instead of the numbers. I do not. I use the numbers. Then we're going to make a slip knot. Easy peasy. Okay. And if you guys recall, this is my furls hook that I wasn't too sure I liked, but it works so good with bamboo. So good. All right, then we are going to chain 42. But here is a little thing about this pattern, okay? This is a chain of 42. If you want this wider, it's so easy to do. Do a chain of 62. Do a chain of 82. But you're going to need more yarn, obviously. So if you do 62, I'm going to say it would probably take 5 of these. If you do a starting chain of 82, it will take 6 of these, okay? And that will make it wider. Some people have like wider arms. They want to wrap it around their arm more. Some people like it thinner so they can wear it like a scarf and like a wrap. And I will show you this on Brunhilde at the end of this video so you can see, what you might want. Whether you want to start with 42, 62, or 82, doesn't matter to me. I'm starting, because I'm doing the thin one, because that's what I like, with a chain of 42. That's going to be 40 stitches across for the entire shawl. So if you do 62, it will be 60 stitches across at the end of every row. If you do 82, it will be 80 at the end of every row. So that extra 2 is just a turning chain. Okay, so we're going to do 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoopsie. 5, 6. And I will skip so that you can get to the end of the row. 40. Okay, so we have 42 chains. We are going to go to the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, and then the third chain from the hook. Wait a minute. The second chain from the hook. See, I need to look at my pattern. Go in the second chain from the hook and make a half double crochet. Okay? Half double. And then half doubles in every chain across. So you should at the end have 40 half double crochets, right? So in the second chain from the hook, do a half double crochet. Oh, see, slippery yarn. It's a slippery yarn. You should have 40 half double crochets. This pattern is fairly easy. And once you get that, see, now I'm splitting it because I'm trying to look around my camera so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Once you get this first 2 or 3 rows done, you probably will not have to count. And even if your count is off by 1 or 2, it's not going to make a huge difference because it's one of those patterns you don't really have to think about. You can just do. And those are the type of patterns I like because I like watching TV while I crochet. I like being able to set it down because I do have a 5-year-old who demands a lot of attention. And if I'm crocheting this and he needs me, I can set it down and I don't have to come back and count a whole bunch of stitches, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like these easier patterns. And, you know, I understand that there are beginner crocheters on here. There are, for example, the moderator for the Facebook group, she's just learning how to crochet. She is a fantastic moderator and she has made my job so much easier, but she's just learning to crochet. So even she could make this with her very limited crochet knowledge. And I actually encourage all of you to try this because it's fun. I don't want to say mindless because that makes it seem like it's a dumb pattern. I don't really think I think it's a fantastic pattern, honestly, but that's just me because, you know. You know. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to cut this. I'm going to get to the end of the row and there should be 40 half double crochets. I hope you guys know how to do a half double crochet. You just yarn over like you're making a double, go in, pull through, and then go through all 3. But you guys should know how to do that if you're following a pattern or a tutorial. This yarn's a little bit splitty. I'm not caring for that. That Lamia bamboo is split very, very slightly, but not enough to where it caused me any problems. But I totally am in love with that, and I ordered some more because I wanted some more vibrant colors. This pastel blue is beautiful, but it's not me. I like pinks and yellows and, you know, that kind of thing. I like purples. All right, I'll see you at the end of the row at 40 half doubles. Okay, we have gotten to the end of the row. This is what it'll look like. It's just a row of half double crochets. I do want to say before we go any further in this pattern, if you hear birds in the background, it's because some of my back windows are open and the birds are looking for food in the bird feeder and they're all squawking at me. So you probably can hear the birds, but I'm not going to apologize for that because I love listening to them. All right, so for the next row, we are going to, let me look at my pattern. We are going to chain 4 because we are going to work on the mesh part, okay? So we're going to chain 4, and this is going to act as a double crochet chain 1. 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Oops, I pulled it out. I pulled it out. 4. All right, we'll turn our work. Now, this first loop right here counts as the bottom of the the double crochet. So we're going to ignore that one. And then we're going to skip the next loop. And we're going to go into that third loop right there, okay? This has always confused me. When I first learned to crochet, I always, was that a loop or is that not? That's not a loop. Ignore that one. So skip this one, go into that one, and double crochet. And this part might feel a little funky because it's, you know, it's thin yarn and it's really like delicate at this point. So you got your double crochet and then you're going to chain one. And then we're going to skip one. And this is the whole pattern. Double crochet, chain one, skip this next loop and go into this loop right here and double crochet. And double crochet. And then we skip one, or chain one, skip one, double crochet. That's all there is to this lacy part of it, okay? Double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet. I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I'm crocheting, like, I sing it in my head. Double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one. Or if I'm counting, if I'm doing shells, I do 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, like through the whole thing. That's just in my head. Okay, so we chained one, we're going to skip one, double crochet. Of course, you know, I didn't second count this base row, so hopefully there's actually 40 in there. Because sometimes, even Cinnamon Stitches misses a stitch or adds too many stitches, you know. Alright, so double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one. And so when you get to the end of the row, I'll show you, you should have, I believe, 20 spaces, but I'm going to double count that because, yeah. Double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet. This pattern actually is really calming to me. I like just sitting and just chain one, skip one, and I really like it. It uses a lot less yarn because you're not doing another double crochet in the middle. So I like that. I like the laciness that it makes. It works up faster than if you were doing all double crochets. Whoops. See what I mean? We've got a little bit of a tangling there. Gotta unwind my yarn. Double crochet, chain one, skip one, and we're in the last. So you see there's a skip that one and go into that very last little half bent over looking stitch. Okay. So I'm gonna lay this flat so you can see. That's what the first couple rows look like. So you got your half double crochet row, your double crochet, chain one, skip one row. Okay. And then you can always count our holes. That's how we keep track of our stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you should have 20 holes across. That way you don't have to count to 40. There's 20 holes, 20. I think I missed a skip one right there. I'm just going to leave it because you're not going to notice it after it's all done. Okay, so then we're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn our work. And this time we are going to double crochet because we're skipping that chain 1. We're double crocheting the top of every double crochet across. So we got our double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the top of the double crochet in the previous row, chain 1, double crochet in the top of the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the top of the double crochet in the previous row, chain 1, and so on and so forth. Oops. I gotta pull some more yarn out. I don't know why I decided to chain or pull the yarn from the outside of the bamboo yarn instead of pulling from the center, and now I got to keep picking my yarn up in. See? Keep messing up. Dang it. All right. So we're going to do this across the row all the way. We're going to finish this row together, and then we're going to pretend that we finished a whole bunch more. Because if I just sat here and chained this, did the whole thing with you guys, it would take me hours and hours and hours. And you guys know my motto and my philosophy, you know, if you mess up, so what? As long as it's not a huge mess up that affects like way down the line, then just leave it. Just fudge it. Just fudge it. Ah. I keep trying to look around my camera, so I'm like, this is the funkiest looking. You guys should see me. I'm like cocked way over to the side, like peeking, because I cannot, I cannot watch myself through the camera and crochet, even though I can see what I'm doing. It makes me all confuzzled. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna pull my yarn again because I'm a dingus and crocheted from the outside instead of the middle. All right, that should get me through the row. This pink is pretty. And it's not a bad bamboo to work with. I just really, really prefer that Lamio over there. That. That's really, really, really silky. Like, I can't even describe to you how silky it is. You guys are doing good, by the way. I'm really enjoying this. You guys are doing good. You totally got this. Totally got this. I totally got this. We're rocking it. And this time, the written pattern will be below the video. And it will also probably be on Hobium's blog, which I will also link below. Okay, now see here, we got to the end. So this is a chain 3, skip 1. You have to find the skip 1 and put this in the top of the chain 3 and double crochet. And then we're going to chain 4 again. 2, 3, 4. You're going to start the next row. You're going to do exactly the same. You're going to double crochet in the top, skip chain 1, go double crochet in the top, chain 1, double crochet in the top, all the way across. It will look like this. Okay. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You will have 10 rows of open in each section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then here, this is 5 rows. So 10 rows, 5 rows, 10 rows, 5 rows. And this is just double crochet. So we're going to pretend that this is 10 rows instead of 2. Okay, so after 10 rows, instead of, oops, I gotta redo that. After 10 rows of the open work of all these holes, you're going to chain 3 instead of 4. 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work. Now, you're going to put a double crochet in here, and a double crochet in here, and a double crochet in here, and a double crochet in here. And it's just filling in all the holes, so you have a solid panel instead of this holy panel. So, so easy. And you're going to do this for 5 rows. Double crochet in the hole, double crochet in the post, double crochet in the hole, double crochet in the post, double crochet in the hole, double crochet in the post, hole, oops, hole, that wasn't 2 holes, that was just 1 hole, post, hole, post, hole, post, and of course at the end of this row you should have 40 double crochets. I don't ever count it though, because as long as you got them 20 holes, you'll have 40 double crochet. And if you're off by one, who cares? You're the only one that's gonna know. Of course, if you did this with if you wanted to make this wider and you started with 62 or 82, you would have either 60 or 80 at the end of this row. I gotta pull some more yarn off my ball. We're in a hole, double crochet in the hole and in the post. And this weather has been like fantastic the past couple of days. It was 75 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday. I have no idea what that is in Celsius. Cue the Christmas clock. I'm sure you guys can hear that. Even though it's 2 rooms away, it is loud. Yeah, it was so nice yesterday. I had so much energy. I went and cleaned my yarn room again. It's not so much cleaning it. It's just moving stuff around and reorganizing the yarn balls so that when I order more yarn, they fit. Because, you know, I can't stand having holes in my yarn. Like, you know, where there's an empty space. That drives me crazy. So I rearranged everything. Had the windows open. Was listening to podcasters. By the end of the day, I was exhausted. I did so much. Cleaning, cooking, running errands. You know, you guys know how that is. Mom life. Hashtag mom life. I was so tired yesterday. I'm working on this beautiful scarf that well, it's a shawl. This beautiful shawl that I'm working on. Not this one, but a different one. Oh, I'll show you guys really soon, but it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous, you guys. And it's a free pattern that I can share with you guys. It's not my pattern. Anyway, I couldn't even crochet yesterday because I was just too tired. I was too tired. All right. So this last one, you see I crocheted in the hole. Now you got to find the 3rd chain from the bottom. And even if you get the wrong chain, it doesn't really matter. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Any of those chains will work. I mean, it's supposed to be the 3rd, but if it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world. Okay, now we're just going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work. Now, this is where it gets super complicated. Super complicated. You're just going to double crochet in every one of these double crochets. Now see here, this is my double crochet coming out of this one, so this loop doesn't count. Double crochet in the next double crochet right here, because that's already a double crochet. And then you just double crochet all the way across, and you do this for 5 rows. See? Every hole, well, not every hole, the top of every double crochet gets a double crochet for 5 rows. It's a really simple pattern. I know that all of you can do it. Every one of you can do it. I know there's a lot of you that's saying, wow, that's really simple. Of course I can do it. But, you know, no need to be cocky. Oh, goodness, guys. All right. So, just double crocheting. Now, it's going to continue 10 rows of the open, 5 rows, 10 rows, 5 rows, 10 rows, 5 rows, the whole thing. Okay, so this is the beginning row where we have the half double crochet. Just actually, that might be the end row. Let me check. Let me check. It doesn't matter. They both look the same, right? That's the whole goal. Okay, so you got your first row of half doubles, 10 rows of the opens, which is double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. 5 rows of the double crochet all the way across. So you'll have 40 double crochets at the end of the row. Then we got another row. So this is 8 rows long. And then when you get all the way to the end, your last section will be 10 rows of the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And the very last row will be half double crochets, and that will end it. And then you can bind off your work. pretty easy. It is a beautiful, lacy, light, summery wrap, scarf, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want it to be. And I hope you guys enjoyed another pattern. Now, this is the yarn I used. This is really, really nice yarn. I keep stroking it. It is just so pretty. And again, it took three of these little tiny balls. So 115 times 3. 125 times 3. So it'll take 375 yards. Okay? 375 yards. You could make this exactly the same size. But again, if you wanted to double it and make it twice the width, you are more than welcome to do that. It would take 6 balls. Okay? So, what do you guys think? I am going to show you a couple pictures at the end of this. I'm going to wrap this around Brunhilde, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on her so you can get an idea.